Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good week in trading so far. We did make a couple of little trades this week, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our portfolio. There's been some good movement in our portfolio at the beginning of the year here, so we're off to a pretty good start. And we're going to discuss that as well as anything else we're watching, any kind of strategy we've got. We're going to talk a little bit about an ETF that I bought today. Something I haven't really done before, but I feel like it might be a good way to put some of this cash to work with as high as the market is. So we'll discuss that here in just a minute. But one of the things we want to do is take a look at our portfolio. So let's go ahead and jump over to our portfolio. All right, so here's our portfolio. You can see there's another new one here that wasn't on here previously. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. That is an ETF that shorts the S&P. So we got into that today at 1766. And so what my expectation here, I actually bought it down here when the market was down a little bit. So it did go up a little bit. The market was actually up. This is kind of the opposite. So we're talking a short here. So the market was actually up a little bit where you see the red, because this is a short STP, which means you're kind of going against the market. And then as the market went into the red today, this goes into the green. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Let me just pull up that chart for you and show you the chart as well. So throughout the day, the market was pretty red. Pretty green. The first part of the day, it was like around 80, all the way up to 180. And then towards the end of the day is when it sold off, as you can see here, the Dow. As you can see here, S&P right here. So you'll see as the S&P went red, this one went up. It does the opposite. So what you're really doing here is we're saying, okay, our expectation here is this market is going to go down at some point. Now, I didn't plan on it going down today, but my thinking is that, this market's so high right now, it's bound to have some kind of pullback at some point. So we put some money at work on the pullback. So now Fridays, as you know, if you've been watching my channel for any time, that a lot of times on Fridays people like to sell off. So another reason I bought it today as well on a Thursday. So we're going to see what happens. As you can see here, we're probably up just a little bit on this one from where we bought it this morning. And so maybe a few $100s or something like that, a couple $100. But we're just going to watch it and see what we can do. So we can get if we can get 1%, 2%, within a day or so, and that's a pretty good little CD for a 2-day CD. So we may even sell it as quick as tomorrow. But this is really something I was just trying to put a little money out there to work at some point. If it's, my thought process is here that this market is so high that it's got to pull back at some point. Of course, it could keep going. Who knows? But I just wanted to have some out there to kind of hedge that bet as far as it pulling back. So instead of money just sitting there, at least if it does pull back, we'll have some already going to work on the pullback. And we may add to it if it gets bad enough, but we'll watch. Next one here is KO. That's a Coca-Cola. We bought that the other day, and it has still been pulling back since we bought it. Let's take a real quick look at that chart. We'll do a 5-day chart and just kind of give you an idea. This thing has been pulling back ever since we bought it. This is where we bought it, I think it's last week, but it has pulled back. So we're down about 4 or 5% on that one already, but does pay a dividend of 3.27. Not that we're worried about that. Probably won't have it that long if it goes green. But that's Coca-Cola. It's not going anywhere as far as the company goes. Now, this is the one we need to talk about. TLRY, as you can see here, up 23% today. Just a good day for the pot stock here. As you can see, it actually got all the way up here to 19. I think it was 1941 was the high. Pulled back a little bit, and then it kind of steady rest of the day, up and down, up and down. But this one has been going well, as you can see here, and even in after hours, it is up another $1, which is up to even higher than the high today. So, but let's take a look. Let me show you the 5-day chart on this. You can see it's up year to date. Here's my year to date chart. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm on it. Yeah, so here you can see we were back around $8.93, and this thing's now at $18.56. So it's had a really good year so far. Now this is one I've had for a long time. Bought it way too high. We did add to that not too long ago though. We did a little cost averaging on it, so that's good, which has helped us a little bit as far as where we're at now. But we still got a long ways to go before we're even. But I like what it's doing. Check out the volume. 79 million shares traded, normally at 22. So we got some big boys that are interested in this when something's going on. As long as there's some volume going, you're going to see it probably tick up as long as the volume's high like that. So keep an eye on it tomorrow. See if it can close out the week strong. Again, the 5-day chart looks like this, which is still a very good 5-day chart. You're looking at 1088 all the way up to 1856. So almost 100%. Let's see here. Yeah, 20, 21, 22 would be about 100%. So we're not too far from that. Not a bad week, and we've got some of that. So XSPA, it was green as well. 6% gain today, not bad. Let's check that 5-day chart on that one. It was back down here around 122s all the way up to 139, so not a bad week. Okay. Here's another one that's been doing pretty good. NKLA, NKLA, 6% day for it. But it's been doing rather well as well. So let me see if I can get that to come up. 2131, 6% day, up 126. Check out the volume on this one. It's pretty normal, so nothing crazy going on here. We did have a 2192 high today, so it came off the high a little bit. Look at that 52-week range, all the way up to 93.99. Man, I'd be sick if I bought around here somewhere. But we didn't. We're not too bad into this one. We did cost average this one too, so we're doing pretty good. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart. You got 1806 all the way up to 2129. Not a bad week. So we like what we're seeing there. A good bit of volume here on the pop. Did have some news that day. So here we go. Here's a nice day. Nice day. So we'll take that. Now HTBX up 2.5% today. Nice green day there. Okay, 2.5%. Very low volume, under that million shares traded. Again, that's something I don't like. I like it over a million. And we have a day. Let's see, 596 to 621. Not a bad week. It's on the upward trend, and that's what we like to see. Matter of fact, I was looking at it today, trying to figure out, because we're having a good year already. I was trying to figure out what was causing the good year, and when I go look, it looks like everything's been good so far. So that's good. They're beaten down pretty far, so a lot of these that I'm holding. So as long as they're beat down, they're going to usually have a decent year as long as the market's doing halfway decent. So here we are with Novavax. Novavax had a pretty good day today, a nice little steady climb here in the morning, and then just kind of leveled out. Nothing going on here with the volume. Half the volume that's normal. Take a look at your 5-day chart. You're down as far as the 5-day chart goes. So not too good. Year to date, you can see this has been a level that it gets to, and it just can't seem to get past that hardly. And that's what it's been doing here a couple times lately. This one here came back down. This one here came down a little bit, back up, came down a little bit. Now here we are. So, but this is the one right in this area. I think would be a good chance. 116, and then 115. That was some areas there. And even if you can get back to here to this 111, 112 area. That'd be my preference right there is the 112 if I was going to fool with it. But we made decent money on that one last year, so we may let somebody else make the money this year. XOM, oil has been doing really well. We'll take a look at oil maybe in just a minute, but oil has been doing well. It was up over $50 a barrel. But this is one we sold out of not too long ago after we got even on it. So I was just wanting to get out because I did have some other oil stocks that I'm holding. So that one was, it was a little painful because when I first bought it, it just seemed like it was kept going down, down. So I was kind of happy to get back to even on it. So anyway, we got U.S. Steel today. U.S. Steel, I'm not holding any of that right now, but it had a down day today. Up just a little bit as far as volume, nothing major going on there. So let's see what we got on the 5-day chart there. Pretty close to even. It did have a good little run up here the other day, but nothing really going. Pretty flat week, really. But the 1-month chart we do see here is pretty good, little 17 to 22, so that's a nice $5 pop a share. I think this area here is probably going to be an area, maybe if you ever want to get back into this anytime soon, maybe this $17 level. I don't know that I'm going to do that either. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how everything's going. Sitting in a lot of cash right now. Here's ACB, another pot stock. Had a good day, 9% up. This is actually went green on the ones I'm holding in the share account. I mean the cash account. So I'm actually in the green on those now, which is good. So that means we can unload those pretty soon if it has another day or so. Like it's up 5.585 in after hours. Okay, so that's a nice one. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart here. We got a good little move on this one, all the way about $2 worth, from 10 to 12 almost. So that's a good little move, 20%. So that's nothing wrong with that in a week. Let's take a look at a month. So it was up. It was doing a pretty good little run not too long ago, and came back down to here, all the way down to 8, and then got back up here to this 10, 11 mark. This is where I bought at, somewhere in here. I mean, pretty close to right in here. So we're just kind of just gotten over where I bought, but I thought it was going to take off on me. Well, actually, what I did is I had bought some here in this area, and it had gone up, and I just started adding to it because it had gone up. I thought it was going to just keep going, and then it pulled back, and I thought, well, that wasn't a good move, and now it's taking me, let's see, this time here frame, it's probably, about 2 weeks to get back in the green again. So, but 2 weeks is not a lifetime, so that's nothing wrong with that. So there you have it. We have gone through the portfolio. You can see here the futures look a little bit red, mostly flat. Everything's flat. And here's your oil price, as you can see here. Crude oil was at 53.52 today. Let's see. I don't know if that's going to be the Brent, or is that just the regular oil? Let's check that real quick. All right, let's check that. Okay, so yeah, that's the oil, 53.52. Brent's actually at 56, so that's, I mean, we're doing pretty good. All right, so says oil reverses losses, turns positive on stimulus hopes. Then we got a headline here: Joe Biden just released his 1.9 trillion COVID relief plan, calls for a federal minimum wage up to $15 an hour. There's where we're at. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I'm sure that'll be the talk of the town. Okay. So that's where we're at. A pretty good week so far, which a good month so far. A good start to the year. Really doing well. So especially considering we've only had about 25% cash at work. Again, we had our bottom dwellers that we're hanging on to, so they've got a long way to go. Well, they turned green, a lot of them, but they've hit the bottom, and they're on their way back up. So that can be fun sometimes after you've taken a beating on them, and especially that's all you're holding. But whatever we're holding seems to be the right combination right now. That's why I don't feel like buying a whole lot. Again, we bought that NKLA the other day, bought some NKLA at cost average that at 16.94 the other day. So that was turned out to be a pretty good move, especially where it's at now. So that was actually pretty good timing on the cost averaging. And today again bought the SH at the 1766 level. Again, don't forget that SH is it's shorting the S&P. I don't have a short on, but this ETF set up as a short of the S&P. So if the S&P goes down tomorrow, that goes up. So it's kind of like a hedge for your portfolio. If the market pulls back and takes the S&P with it, then that's going to be a gainer for you. And depending on how far the market goes down, depends on how much that one's going to gain. So it kind of cuts your losses. But the opposite's true as well. If the market keeps going up, that one's going to be going down. Okay. But we're going to play it either way. I mean, if the market keeps going up, we'll just hang on to it like we do a stock that's going down. So, but we'll just, I wanted to do that because I had so much cash on the side. And if I got confidence that the market's going to pull back at some point, then why not go ahead and put some money to work like that? Again, that's a nibble. It wasn't anything major. Somebody had asked me a question in one of the comments about what's a nibble. Okay, so usually a nibble to me is it might be 1% or 2% of a portfolio. It's nothing major. So this would just be my first, it's even just one lot that I bought. I actually bought it in two accounts, cash account and one of my IRAs. One of my IRAs is not set up to buy that type of ETF, so I didn't even fool with trying to get it set up to do that. But again, a little nibble, maybe 1-2%. And then they asked me also about what size lots do I buy, or how much do I hold in one stock at a time as far as portfolio goes. Now, I like to myself. I like to have around 10 stocks if I'm fully in the market. 10 is about as much as I want to have. So if you went all in on 10, of course that's 10% per stock. But at max, I'd want to have a max of 20% on one stock. And now I don't really like to do that. But they were asking me about my Novavax last year, and I did have probably over that at one time. So that's when I got a little heavy in that one, and that's going to be dangerous when you've got, let's say a quarter of your portfolio in one stock. Got 20. If you got 20%, got room for 5 different stocks. That's still diversified pretty good, but it's still heavy. I mean, but if you spread it out to 10, you're talking 10% per stock if you're fully in, which I very seldom am fully in on anything. So that's kind of the way I think. Right now, we're holding. I forget how many we had in that portfolio. We're not holding every one of those, but I'm holding a couple of others besides those in some other portfolios. So I've probably got about 10 right now, but I'm only 25% in the market. So they're definitely not any major size holdings of anything right now. But we're having some good green days, and portfolios are moving pretty good up towards the up direction to start the year. So I like whatever we got. It seems to be working. So I'm not going to touch it right now. But I'll tell you for sure, these pot stocks, TLRY and ACB, seem to be the hottest things we've got right now. And also, NKLA seems to be turning around from its woes towards the end of last year. So watch those. Watch those 3, TLRY, ACB, NKLA. And we're not holding any anymore, but U.S. Steel's doing pretty good as well. Okay? Of course, oil stocks too. Oil, steel, and pot. That's what's going up. Seems to be right now, the ones that we've been trading anyway. All right, so I hope you have a great close to the week tomorrow. We'll get back on here Sunday night probably and kind of get our game plan together for next week and talk about where we're at. Sitting about 69% cash, 68% cash, I think it is right now, since we put a little bit of cash to work today. But that's still plenty good. You can think of the part that we don't have in cash that we bought today. It may make money if the market goes down, so that's all good. All right, so have a good week of the rest of your week of trading, and we'll see you Monday. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already by clicking this button right over here, and we appreciate it. I know we got a new subscriber recently, and welcome aboard, and hope you have a good time. Don't forget to smash that like button as well if you like the videos. Talk to you later.